speeches concerning our national debt and wasteful government spending. As of June 2010, our national debt is over $13 trillion. This is a trillion. Two digits and 12 zeros. No. Is that right? See, I'm a accounting major and I don't even know what it is. Can you comprehend this? I don't. Maybe Tiger Woods could, but I can't. Each citizen's share is $42,000. The debt goes up over $4 billion a day. $4 freaking billion a day. Does anybody care about it? Nah. Let's print some more money. That'll be all right. The national debt in 1791 was $75 million. Today it's $13 trillion. Maybe you want to know who owns our debt. Somebody has to. We got to borrow some money from somewhere. Well, 40% of it is owned by the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve is not a government agency. Everybody thinks it is. And the person that runs the Federal Reserve is buddies with Wall Street, but I'll get into that later. 60% of it is owned by individuals when you buy savings bonds, corporations, states, and foreign governments. The biggest foreign holder of our debt is China, then Japan, then the UK. One of these days, China's going to come knocking on our door and wanting their money back. What are we going to do then? Maybe China and the Russian buddies will come just take it. Might have to learn to speak Chinese. What's the difference between debt and deficit? Well, debt is the money owed by the government. Deficit is the budget deficit, which is the yearly amount which spending exceeds revenue. All the deficits of the last 200 years makes up our national debt. Politicians love to brag when they say, oh, our deficit's going down. But when was that? I can't remember when that was. During the Clinton administration, I think. That just means that the yearly deficit, they're adding less to our debt. When are we going to see the debt actually going down? What can we do? You can email your congressman, call your congressman, write your congressman, yell at your congressman, scream at your congressman. Tell them you're sick and tired of the way they're running our country. Tell them you're sick and tired of them putting our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren in debt. What's it going to be like when you have to have a trash bag of money to go to the grocery store and buy a loaf of bread like some countries do? And why is that? Because some countries thought they could just print money, print money, print money. You can't do that. That causes runaway inflation. It will happen. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but I guarantee you it will happen. Ask all the economists. They know it's going to happen. That's why the government don't listen to people who know what's going on. They just listen to their buddies, people on Wall Street. Following are examples of wasteful spending. In 2003, there was $25 billion missing from the federal budget. Auditors couldn't find it. They couldn't account for it. They don't know who spent it. They don't know what it was spent on or what it was spent for. But did anybody get in trouble? Nah. Department of Agriculture. They issue credit cards to all their employees to purchase job-related products. Let's talk about some of those job-related products. An audit revealed that the USDA deviated millions of dollars to personal purchases. $5.8 million of our money that we bust our tails for was spent on tattoos, Ozzy Osbourne tickets, lingerie, car payments, bartender school tuition, and cash advances. The USDA still has 1,500 credit cards being used by former employees. 1,500 credit cards being used by former employees. Are you kidding me? Did anyone lose their job? Did anyone go to jail? None. If you work for the government, you seem to be exempt from punishment. Between 1997 and 2003, the Department of Defense had $100 million in unused airline tickets, 270,000 tickets that were fully refundable. Did anybody get fired or lose their jobs? Of course not. They're federal employees. Medicare wastes more than $20 to $30 billion a year, more than any other department. Do they get in trouble? Nah. In 2009, Congress added over 10,000 pet projects to bills that cost the taxpayers $20 billion. What can we do? Well, for one, we can care. We can care more about what's going on in Washington than more what Joe Bob down the street's doing. It seems like nobody cares. We need to take our country back, kick everybody out of office, stop being Republicans, stop being Democrat, be Americans. And if any of them run for Congress again, don't vote for them. You know, don't vote. If there is not a normal person running that's not rich or not an incumbent, don't vote for them. We got to take our country back. And if we don't, it's going to be all over.